Hey everyone, it's Matthew. Since our guy LeBron made that comment after the game a couple of days ago, saying that the Warriors always manage to bring in top-tier players like Kevin Durant and Jimmy Butler, and he has no choice but to go up against them. Well, I've got to say something. Today, on ESPN's First Take, they compiled a list of LeBron's past teammates. Luka Doncic, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, Kevin Love, Ray Allen. The list goes on. That tells you everything. Even ESPN, which usually backs LeBron no matter what, couldn't stay silent about that ridiculous comment admiring the Warriors front office. Let's look at the 7-man list. Aside from Ray Allen, who was already 38 years old, every one of those guys was still in their prime when they teamed up with LeBron. Come on, LeBron. You've got to know when to be grateful. You've had more superstar teammates in your career than 99.9% of NBA players in history. If anyone has the right to complain about a lack of help recent years, it's Nikola Jokic. Even if we don't count those 7 names ESPN mentioned, what about guys like Shaquille O'Neal, Antawn Jamison, and Isaiah Thomas? Sure, they didn't play great next to you, but a year before teaming up with you, they were still top-tier all-stars. They were feared names in the league. Now, think about Jokic. The best player the Nuggets front office ever brought in during his run was Paul Millsap. And what level is Millsap really at? Most people remember him for that one game where he scored 11 straight points in 28 seconds against your Miami Heat. Outside of that, historically, he doesn't even stack up to Jamison. Let's be real. Jamison, before teaming up with LeBron, had back-to-back 51 points games with 13 and 14 rebounds respectively. He averaged 32 points and nearly 10 rebounds in a playoff series. He was a constant 20-plus point scorer in the slower-paced 2000s. Millsap played in the faster-paced 2010s and still never averaged more than 18 points per game in his best season. So when you were playing against the Nuggets, how come you didn't say something like, "It's unfair that Jokic doesn't have an all-star in his prime by his side like I did with AD"? No, instead, every time you lose, it's about how stacked the other team is. That's just low. If I remember right, you once said that Celtics with Pierce, KG, Ray Allen, and Rondo should be considered a big four. Okay then. Let me ask you, your Ghost made the All-Star team twice in 2003 and 2005. Does he count as part of a big three? Because you had him right at the start of your career and still missed the playoffs 2 years in a row. Was the East really that competitive back then? Or were you just not that guy yet? After all, Carmelo Anthony made the playoffs in those same years in the West. Let me tell you this, true greatness never complains about the environment. In 2003, Tim Duncan faced the Shaq-Kobe Lakers and didn't flinch. He beat them. In 2011, Dirk Nowitzki faced your Miami Big Three. Didn't flinch. He beat you too. You? In the seasons where you didn't form a super team, you basically accomplished nothing. And even when your super teams faced teams that weren't stacked, the wins were hard-fought. Let's not forget 2011, huge upset loss. And when it was your super team versus another super team, KD and Steph wiped the floor with you. And then you blamed them for teaming up. When you and Wade teamed up to beat a young Derrick Rose or a banged-up Danny Granger, did you think about their feelings? If you were just a regular star player, sure, complain might be whatever, but you are supposed to be an all-time great, a gold-tier player. You've had Hall of Famers by your side for most of your career, and just because your opponent has one guy like Butler, suddenly you can't handle it. Don't you feel a little embarrassed? As someone who actually supports the idea of you joining Luka Doncic for a real championship run, I'm being honest, I've been feeling second-hand shame for the last 3 days. Just yesterday, a fan, don't even know which team he rooted for, asked me, "Hey Matthew, who's better, 35 years old Jimmy Butler or 28 years old Dwayne Wade?" I was speechless. I didn't know how to answer the question without making you look bad. And now, to top it off, ESPN's First Take dragged you through the mud today too. I'm about to lose it. LeBron, next time you are in a post-game interview, please just say a little less. These cans of take are the cans that make you supporters fall silent and your haters die laughing. Anyway, that's just my personal take. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.